Rob Stapleton is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay, Rob.
And April Fool's Day comedy show is coming up. Guess when?
April 1st.
On April Fool's Day.
It's a coincidence on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, who's on there? We have
First of all, it's the summer jam of comedy is what it is.
That's how you should
It's
say
not just the comedy
That's
show.
right.
You just can't throw this in.
Okay.
It's
that's
the
right.
garden. It's the MSG. It's the garden. The
That's
Knicks
right.
ain't using the garden right, so let us come in and do what we do.
Cooking the Knicks.
I mean,
early.
it's pretty big. Okay, so we have Damon.
I went to the Knick game. If you get there early enough, they let you play.
Oh,
you know that,
my
right?
gosh. All right, so let's go through the lineup. It's Damon Wayans Jr.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Donnell Rollins.
Yes.
Who else?
Dion Cole from Blackish. Lavelle Crawford, the big dude.
Love Lavelle Crawford.
From Breaking Bad.
Yep,
and
Lavelle's
everything
the
else.
best.
The dude, one of the dudes who I'm happy to work with, a legend in this game. You know, everybody know Eddie Murphy and all that stuff, but Sinbad.
Super dope.
Sinbad is so good at stand-up.
And Sinbad make it look easy because Sinbad do an hour special without cursing. And for a black man to be on cable for an hour and not curse, that's like being at a bar and not drinking.
I know.
You know what I mean?
You're
you can
just
do
tempted.
it, but why?
I know.
You
But why
what I
not?
mean? Why not? You know what I mean?
By the way, there's a little side note that no one's talking about. Not to put real life on blast, but Donnell, I didn't know Donnell was doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Donnell, very cool. Great relationship.
Here we go.
Donnell and Ebro. Ooh.
Oh, they don't get along?
No?
They're a little weird because they used to work together. And then I feel like things went weird.
Yeah.
We might need to explore this situation.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
There's something weird there between Donnell and Ebro that needs to be explored. Maybe we can solve it. How about that?
How about that day backstage? Let's do it.
That's what I'm saying. Either it goes one way or it goes another. Or not backstage. On stage.
Oh.
On stage?
Why not?
You pushing buttons, Pete.
Yeah,
Refereed,
I see what you're doing,
refereed by young Rob Stapleton.
Oh, I'm involved now? I'm involved? My
How do you
fingerprints
feel
is
about
on
this?
it? Let me dust this shit off.
It's all over you. It's already all over you. So, Rob, how's life, man? How you doing?
Man, life is good, man.
What are you
Life is
working
good.
on? What's going on?
Man, I'm working on my project, man, the movie called The Stuff, which is, it's so hard. Like, that's why I love Kevin Hart, man. A lot of people throw stones at my man Kev. But
yeah,
when
not a fan.
Well, if you're not a
He's
fan.
a son of a bitch.
I love Kevin Hart.
Kevin
Are
is...
you serious? Because
no.
I know
I'm not serious.
How can you not like Kev? That's
Everyone
like,
loves Kev. He's
That's
a nice
like
guy.
not liking puppies. You know what I mean?
he
I'm
is-
not
he is
comparing
ador-
him to a puppy.
No,
but
no. Kevin is an adorable man. He's an
very
adorable.
cute.
I want to
Pause,
pick him up. I
pause,
want to
pause.
pick him up and hold him in my arms and cradle him.
He
when I
was
see
here
him.
for an interview
Okay, I'll
one
make sure
time.
we edit that part out.
No, we're not.
No, leave it in.
He was here for an interview one time, and Rosenberg was getting ready to spit some flames at him. Remember, I'm like, but look, here's a picture of Kevin with puppies.
I know. There's nothing cuter than a picture of Kevin Hart with puppies. But what were you going to say about what makes something makes Kevin so
Nah,
great?
see, it's this power. What's going on right now? It's a good time to be black in the industry. You
I
know
agree.
what
For
I
me
mean?
too.
It's
Yeah, for me too.
All of us. We all feel the same way.
everybody know Peter Rosenberg has 2 black uncles, but we'll talk about that later.
No, it's later.
But as far as Kev can almost damn near green light a movie. It's hard to get it. So once that you sign aboard to something that a project pushes forward,
Right.
and it's hard to have that power. You had the Adam Sandlers, the Tom Hanks, who've had this control in a while. Denzel it took a while to get to that power and still has to negotiate that. When Kev
Well, you
signs
think
aboard
Kev now? It's
something-
just
yeah, it's one of these things. I mean, look at every movie that he's doing, who his co-star is. He's
crazy.
bringing as equal power as what they are bringing into the movie. You know what I mean? And the time is, it's like each movie comes out, it's not a movie, it's an event. It's super promoted.
Right, he does a great job of that, though. That's his own work, man.
And then right behind that, he has another tour coming right back out where it's all about him again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he's on the stage holding it down, and you get to see Kev and where he's at in his life. So when people throw stones at that, and I'm not here to protect Kev, but I'm just saying that we need that. We need that door.
But are there
open, man.
comedians out there? You have to hear it sometimes. Are there comedians who are bitter and like, well, Kevin? Does that happen?
Can I curse?
Of course.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
A lot, right?
There's people that hate. You know
Social
what I mean?
media had a big part in Kevin Hart's. I mean, he's extremely funny, but the fact that he really took advantage of social media really.
Yeah, I mean, you
took him
got
somewhere
comics like
else.
Little Duval who really took advantage
Yep.
of social media. Kev aligned himself up with social media. Kev was going to blow up even without social media, but it helped enhance his stardom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
So when people try to hate, what do they try to say?
What do you
about
say
Kev?
about Kevin Hart?
You know, I hate when people, it's the crab in the barrel syndrome, and they talk about you sold out. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, sometimes a white man will help you more than the next black man would. And I'm not saying that.
Sometimes any man will help you more than any other man. You never know.
Exactly.
It's random.
That's what I'm saying. But Kev works with his team. Like, Kev brings dudes in from Philly. Kev got his team in Philly feeling so good that they feel like they're the star of the show sometimes. You know what I mean? That's how much leniency that he gives his people. You know what I mean? I call it, whenever you blow up to that status, you need a smack person. So like Michael Jackson got to the status where he needed a smack person. Like where you broke reality, you broke the fourth wall. You need somebody to smack you and tell you, what are you doing?
Oh, that's kind of like what I do for you, Rosenberg.
Exactly. Laura's my smack person.
Yeah, she's just smack.
And I don't even need one yet, but I do. She does it anyway.
But you know, on the real, that's what it really is. You know what I mean? But when you see Kev, like you see him in the street, you might not see him for 6 months. When you see him, he gives you all the love. He ain't never hitting you with that superstar like, yo, have my people speak to your people. He gonna come, shake your hand, look you in the eye, and ask what he could do for you. You know what I mean? And that's what you love. And to have somebody on the top of this game. I mean, you can't bring everybody in the door, but you can at least leave the door open.
Well, after this conversation, what you've been saying about him, I mean, I think he may find a place for you in his entourage. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to grab a suitcase. He's got a lot of Louis Vuitton bags.
You know, but you know what? But you know what? But let me give you the other side of the prism. What it is that sometimes when you think of comedy, Kevin Hart is all that people know. You know what I mean? And with the younger generation, when you're doing the show, and who's on the show? Is Kevin Hart on the show? And then they be like, oh, who's everybody else?
Yeah, now you're like, well, hold on. You got to know there's a lot of
That's
other
the part where some comics feel animosity. They be like, yo, I'm doing my thing too, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But you can do your thing, but not have to hate on him. You know what I mean?
Well, also, I think it always takes time for people to recognize when someone that they know became the biggest guy, and you're no longer the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You might be as talented. You might be more talented.
I call it the same thing, but people will find out with everything. Moving on from Kevin Hart, I mean, look at the success of Empire. I don't care if you're not a fan, Laura or Pete.
I love
whether
Empire.
you love the show or you like the show. There's no reason to compare that show to Power. But black people, we have very few things to look at TV that are hot and hits, that as soon as that becomes a hit, we have to compare it with Power.
There's no comparison.
Power's better than Empire.
So
no,
different.
Empire, it's so different. That's like CSI. Nobody compares CSI to 60 Minutes. You know what I mean? It's like...
White people aren't like, I don't know, I prefer 60 minutes.
60 Minutes. I want Point of Interest. That's my show. That's CSI. They're just like...
It's like, well, CSI is fake and 60 Minutes is real.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like...
No, I said the same thing.
Why can't we just have two things? And the thing is, what I love about Empire, of course it has Taraji, and of course it has my man on it, Terrence.
Did you say across?
Did you say what?
Did you say across?
Instead of course?
Yeah.
You're saying that he doesn't use the word of course, he said across.
Of course.
No, across you did. Across you did.
Of course I did.
Did you say across?
And cut.
That's my new line.
Across.
Do you want that? Across.
Across I do.
Extra fries? Across.
There was a pebble in my coffee there.
No, I don't know why people do that.
But the point what I was going to say is that, of course, Taraji and Terrence on the show. But the thing is, it's like they're breaking other stars. You know what I mean? Nobody really knew who the other rappers and the brothers were on the show. But now they're popping off, and now they can work in other entities and other things like that. And the same thing with Power. Nobody besides 50 and my man Omar, and a lot of people didn't even know who Omar was. They're breaking stars. They're making stars out of good content on those shows.
You know, I noticed a lot of saying the same subject here. A lot of people, rappers out there, have struggled to accept Drake's success. Like, people are gonna have to own it.
Yes.
And swallow it down deep.
Yes.
Take it, because right now it's Jay-Z, Kanye West, Drake.
Yeah.
That's the third one.
But the thing is, M can jump back in anytime that he wants.
The M is always there too.
Yeah.
M and J are kind of both there hovering. The reason I took M out is because in the day-to-day, like, black talk world that we're in, M doesn't come up every day. Yeah. Everyone knows M sitting on his throne, right?
I give you that.
M and J both are sitting on thrones, right?
Yeah.
So, but then, so if you have J and M, Kanye, and it's Drake. And that's it. And even though, like, for example, I think Kendrick's the greatest rapper doing it right now. Right. But they're in different positions.
His body work still, you know, is still to grow.
Yeah, but
lyrically, you can't deny.
Well, and you could also say that. You can also argue that in Kendrick's argument, You know, Kendrick has, in my opinion, probably better albums under his belt than Drake has, right? I don't think Drake has a Good Kid, Mad City. Drake has great albums.
Right.
I don't know if he has the masterpiece under his belt that Good Kid, Mad City is.
And plus, Drake needs a good rape case. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Some street cred, a good cocaine possession.
Not
a
that
good
he
rape
did it,
case.
but just you mean just accused of it.
Just accused of it.
Yeah, you just need to get it.
Just to rise the stock.
Yeah,
you know what I
see
mean?
what you're saying. A lot of people wouldn't associate that as a rise, but that's an interesting take.
Like,
Rob.
what's the worst thing that Drake has been accused of?
Exactly.
Can't even, like, what
fight with
drama?
Chris Brown.
His shoes that he had at the front court at the game at the Toronto Raptors. That's we really reach when it comes to
No,
Drake.
no, Drake. It's
like-
outfits. People come for his outfits.
His
That's it.
outfits, the sneakers, what he's
And his
wearing, a
little,
vest,
the Diddy
overalls.
slap. Maybe that's it.
He had the Diddy situation where him and Diddy fought, but even that
It's like
kind of went
nothing.
away.
That,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
that
whatever.
went away real quick.
That is interesting,
The,
right?
the
'Cause-
Drake's the puffy smack went away like within 4 days.
Yeah.
It was like Bigfoot.
Did it even happen?
Did it
We
ever
don't
happen?
know.
Exactly.
But the point is, for me, is like whether you like Kendrick's albums better or not, you have to own the fact that when it comes to popularity and hits, if I was to try to make a Drake greatest hits mix right now, it would take me 2 days. Like the kid literally has something like 40 to 50 hits. Like
He's
songs
breaking
that
records left and right. Didn't he
Straight
break
up
like a
hits.
Beatles record?
Yeah,
or something crazy.
Every song on his album, every song on the new
Everyone.
album made the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
You know how incredible that is?
It's
One.
crazy. If you really look at it, I mean, you could go back to the first mixtape. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, what is it? Street cred? Is it the Toronto?
People just hate. It's the same thing. It's hate, man. People go, I love when people are like, but only chicks like Drake. I'm like, now you sound like even more of a hater because now you're mad that chicks like him. You can't be mad that chicks like another man. I've always been the opposite. When I know a guy who I know chicks love, all I do is big him up because I'm like, yo, ladies love you, bro. You can't fight that.
That's funny.
You just gotta hope that your girl
that's a
doesn't
no
know.
homo thing. That's when another dude was
Yeah,
with
they-
another dude. They see another dude that's cool. They be like, yo, he get a lot of bitches, yo.
I know. So
He get a lot of bitches.
but that's just called being real.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't deny it.
Yeah.
People are just worried that their chick is gonna go fuck Drake.
As they should.
But if you got to worry about it,
should.
you don't need to be with that chick.
Exactly.
But that's a whole other interview.
That's a whole nother
That's a
interview.
whole other interview. And, I'll
and
be
then you
back
also
for
have,
that one.
and then you also have to be realistic about who it is that your chick would go fuck, because everyone's human, guys.
If your
Do you
chick,
have-
if your chick will go to the club Monday through Wednesday, it's a good chance she will fuck a rapper.
Oh, if your chick goes,
She
to the
would
club.
fuck a chef if she goes out from Monday to
through
Wednesday.
Do you have
Good
a
point.
Do you
Rob,
have a
that's a good
rapper
point.
pass for your wife?
rapper pass.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Celebrity pass.
Oh, you talking about some like that movie where they pay you $1
Hold
million
on.
and you baby?
Celebrity pass.
not. Would I give my wife a celebrity pass? Yeah. We'd have to pick someone not realistic. That's the thing. The celebrity pass can't be a rapper that I know.
Right.
Because then that's unfair. Because then you could actually meet that person.
Oh, so you actually considering this shit?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I want my own.
That wasn't a straight up no.
But you guys would have to pick the person together.
No. I just have to approve to make sure it's someone that you're not likely to meet.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio?
DiCaprio, she can have DiCaprio. If she wants DiCaprio and that situation could happen, how could you hate if your wife? I would probably show off to other people. I'd be like, guys, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yo,
Keep it
Caprio hit my wife, son.
My wife was fucking.
You like this?
I cannot.
Smell, son. That's my wife, son.
Ew, I can't. It's so
And I would
good.
like to think it would be reversed too, but I don't know who the woman is that my wife could actually be impressed by. Because girls have a way, instead of congratulating, they would hate. They would be like, "Oh, she's not even that cute."
Yeah.
She'd be, oh, you did her? Kim Kardashian? She's okay. Like, you wouldn't even be able to pick a good one that my
Right.
wife would approve of. It would be some person I wouldn't want, who I find very average. And she'd be like, what about her? And I'm like, no, that's not going to be my one.
You know how you fuck her head up? Tell her sister.
She doesn't have a sister.
Oh, no.
Tell her
You're
brother.
You're just making it weird. That's just weird.
Yeah,
I
Rob, that's
mean-
not how the pass game works.
I know.
That's another interview, too.
Are you married?
I was twice.
Twice.
Twice?
I
What
fucked up-
happened?
I fucked up twice.
Cheated?
Nah, see, that's what thing. It just ain't work. And, you know, my first marriage, I was just young. I was like 21. I got married, blah, blah, blah. You know,
How long did it last?
That lasted like 11 years. You know what I mean? That was
Whoa.
good.
Wow.
No, I was committed. When I'm with somebody, I was committed. The second one, I had to hit the reset button on that one.
How long did that one
The
last?
second one, I had the receipt. I had to bring the product back. The second one just didn't work. You know what I
You
mean?
guys were just
It's
drunk and were in
no,
Vegas. You were like, "Let's
you
get
know, I'm a New
married."
York dude. I moved out to L.A. and
Got caught
I got
up.
married. It was on my NBC deal and did the whole thing, and it didn't work. And that's when I came back to New York to reprogram, to reboot myself. I don't want to throw under the bus. It just ain't working. It wasn't cheating. It just didn't work. You know what I mean? I was into my career. She liked to party. We did 2 different things, and it just didn't work.
With your 10-year marriage.
So I killed the bitch.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
No. Just
With
playing.
your 10-year marriage, you guys fell out of love.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
like, if it's
you
a
can
lover,
still.
maybe you're just not in love.
And it just don't work. It just doesn't work. You know, it's just like sometimes you could be cool on a label, but that label you outgrew that label, and you just got to move to another label, and you don't have to throw any stones. You just move on, and that's just what it was. You know what I mean?
It happens, Rosenberg.
It does happen. I'm glad that you're single now, though. You're out here smashing.
Oh no, I'm in another relationship.
Come
that's good.
on,
I'm in
Rob.
that's me.
Is it with a comedian?
No.
Have you ever dated a comedian?
Nah, comedians are too fucking weird.
Never dated a comedian.
Comedians are too weird, especially female. I know, I can't say that.
You're saying comedians are
female.
fucking weird as you're rubbing your nipple.
You saw that, right?
I
You caught
saw
the left
that.
one?
I was
You caught
looking
the
at it. I was
left
like,
one?
what?
You caught the left one? I tried to drop the hand on it.
Why'd you start rubbing your nips when you said that?
I'm looking at him and he sees me looking at me. He's looking at me, looking at him. Rubbing the nip.
Why'd you start nip rubbing right now? What's going on, Rob?
This nip rub made me uncomfortable a little bit.
And it's funny because it's the picture of Mary J. Blige is behind Pete looking at me like this, nigga.
Look at that.
like nigga.
Oh, God.
Rob, I want to ask you, speaking of the N-word, it's a hot topic conversation again. I'm sure you have thoughts on this. Everyone was going crazy because of the Oklahoma fraternity boys on the bus. Did you hear about this?
Oh, yeah.
They were singing the song, and that song was way worse than just the N-word, let's be honest about it. The content of the song, it was even worse than the N-word. They were saying terrible, terrible things.
Yeah.
But it led to more dialogue about this word and who should be saying it. I'm curious about Rob Stapleton's thoughts on this.
Well, you know, I practice what I preach, and comedy is the First Amendment of freedom of speech. You know what I mean? But to me, you should be able to say anything behind closed doors what you can say when the door is open. Exactly. You know what I mean? So with the comfort level of it just being around the frat and feeling that you could say some racial shit like that and then later on have to apologize behind it, you shouldn't have to apologize. Anything you have to apologize behind the doors, then you know it's not a right thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think some people abuse the word, of course. You know what I mean? I hate when I'm out of town, right? Me, a couple of comedians, we might be doing a show. Then you go eat at a Waffle House or something, and it might be like 90% populated by white people. And I hate when people, every word out of the group I'm with is nigga, yo, this nigga, yo, this nigga. Now you like, whoa. Now you feel like you set back 20 years. Yeah. Now I feel like I need to march on Selma.
Like there's someone watching and they're like, I think, look at them. They're saying it's fine.
Yeah. You know what I mean? At that time, because white people won't say nothing. They give each other that look like.
I got news for you, Rob. Can I tell you something?
What's that?
White people eating at Waffle House, they already say the N-word. Oh, God. But I think you're right. The line really is, and I've always felt this way, if you're not comfortable saying it in front of the people of that background, then you shouldn't say it at all.
Exactly.
Like I don't make do I make black jokes when I'm on my own? Yeah, probably I do, but it's the same ones that I would make on the radio every day or sitting in front of you right now. Right. I don't say the N-word anywhere because I'm not comfortable saying it anywhere.
And if the comfort was that easy, they would open the evening news with it. Today, niggas in Brooklyn. The news would open with a white person saying,
see, that's a different level.
Today in Brooklyn, niggas. You know, it would open with that. ABC, NBC, CBS would open
Dan
with
Rather.
It.
You think like
so we can't
Tom
let them
Rogan.
get too comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Can you imagine being on the train like, nigga, would you like a seat? You know what I'm saying?
Now, if a white comedian does a joke that involves the N-word, though, you don't care. If it's a joke, if it's in a comedy club and the joke involves the N-word, like the N-word's part of the punchline.
I'm going to tell you the truth. This is what happened with my man Michael Richards from Seinfeld. That was one of the moments when he's in the green room with his boys and it's all good. But then when somebody was heckling him and he started yelling, "You're a nigga," that was nigga times 10.
By the way, that didn't count.
That was slavery, nigga, right there.
That was crazy.
That was
crazy.
You came on a boat, nigga.
No, that was not. That's not even what I meant by a comedian in a club. I meant more like a joke, like they were telling a joke.
Nah, I don't like when a comedian, like, you know, you get some comics who are brilliant, like genius comedians, like Louis C.K. But he'll use the word nigga, but it's in some type of intelligent form. It's not just
so
a
it's
reference.
context.
Yes, exactly.
Because do any black comedians feel a way about Louis C.K. saying it when he said it?
Nah, not really, because Louis keeps it real. Louis been around for a while. He's working with Rock and all that other stuff. Not to say that just gives him a pass,
right.
but it's the context when you use it. I just don't like. There's a couple of things that white comics do that black comics won't do, like talk about Jesus in bad light. Like black people, we've been through too much to make fun of Jesus, God. Like we just not doing it. You be like, Jesus was on the cross because he didn't pay his bill. And black people be like, whoa, I ain't touching that. Matter of fact, I'm not even riding with you after the show.
Right, it's over.
It's over.
I always find that when I go out on stage, and if it's a mostly black crowd, and talk openly about my penis, I find that people get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You find that?
Yeah, the same way, like if I'm on a flight and you watch a movie and you put a porno in and you're sitting in the middle seat, people get uncomfortable.
How often do you...
And the guy next to you starts rubbing his nipples and just looking at you. It happens,
Sometimes people
I'm gonna do that every interview with you now. I'm gonna wear a shirt with the back cut out,
just so you can feel the breeze.
Have nipple holes.